and they covered that up and they brought the body back out. So you have accessory after the fact. And then you can figure out the murder. But they will figure out the murder if the two girls' voices on the boat, if they simply detain or make an arrest there with the two girls who they heard, I guarantee you the girls will fold. The young ladies will fold. That's on their boat. They do not want to be in trouble. That's why they said, can you cover this up? But the key fact that nobody is speaking about is that while all those agencies were flying over the water, Nolan's dad came out early morning, which some of the friends should have volunteered to come out with the dad and search. They never did.
Right.
But yeah, that's what's letting you know. And Cito is told on himself because there's always something that leaves you to tell on yourselves. The coordinates. The body did not have to be dropped off exactly on the coordinates, but that is the only place they knew for Nolan to be. They didn't drop him off on the east side. They didn't drop him off on the back side. They dropped the body off exactly on the coordinates, longitude, latitude, that Wyatt gave them on the phone, because they knew that would stand out. Now, the Rangers would have seen the body if it was on land any other day, but they dropped the body off during the night, placed it face down. That's why have you ever heard anybody say the body was bloated? No, because the body was not in the water for that long. The body was placed there early morning by Cito because nobody regulates Cito. The sheriffs aren't going to pull over Cito.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, the sheriffs will never pull over Cito. They know the sheriffs. They're in cahoots. Everybody knows each other in the town. It's a tight-knit group, Trayston said. We have a tight-knit group. Okay?
Right.
That's right.
And he said, we don't know who we're messing with.
You don't know.
Wow.
That's right.
That's why he said that. Let me ask you this, beloved. Now, do you think the anonymous ranger even exists?
Now, the anonymous ranger, if you notice, when you had the interview from the Cajun Navy, he tried to claim that he saw the body in the air, but he soon had to say what? The sheriffs and the rangers were already down on the ground and we flew over 400 feet and we saw the body. Yes, because you didn't find the body. The ranger would find the body in the morning because the ranger, in cahoots with what? Cito, who goes out to these different islands. They have 4 hubs. They know all the rangers. And in the middle of the night, through the dark hours, what did they say? They had to stop the search at 4 p.m. on the 5th because of weather. And then it gets dark around 6:37. So you have from 6:37 in the dark hours of the night, which Cito is the only 24/7 entity on the water. That means they can go at any time of the night. Perfect place. Right. It is the perfect place. There is no other place on that island. They wouldn't ship him to another island. They would have been found by air. His body would have came up. If he drowned on the 4th, his body would have already been floating on the surface by the evening or the 5th. Somebody would have saw him. They couldn't find a scratch of anything because Cito had the body. That's why you see all the movement with the boats after they made it back to land. Cito just needed what? I can't help you, Jerry, unless you give me an alibi that I was never there. And Jerry did it. They're smart, older men. They know what to do. Nothing's new under the sun, as you know. So they know how to do this. Okay? They knew just what to do. They brought the body in. All they did when you seen the call, if Cito would have came closer to the shore on the 4th when the call came in, somebody would have seen them. They needed to go out in the water. They did a transfer right there. I've checked Cito boats. They have a boat called the General. They have a lot of boats, but they have a boat that you can simply come up, pull up next to the boat, transfer the body, bring it on into one of your hubs. And when you put it in that hub, everybody can fly over you. Nobody is going to check that hub. No sheriff, no agency, because they would not know. It's the only place you would store the body. That's why they couldn't find it. And that is the reason why once they came back and you see the boat that supposedly had a bilge pump problem, after it made it to the dock, it was still in the water for an hour. and it moved around some more.
Right.
That's correct. They were moving around from all the different CETO hubs.
Wow.
That's
so
right.
that's where that missing time was.
Go check. And all I'm asking is for everybody in Europe to go check. Go check right now and put in CETO Ocean Springs, and then you'll see Captain Chris Ward. You'll see the father of Seth who answered the phone. His son answered the phone. So when the grandfather called, he probably thought he was going to get right to Chris, but he knows the grandson too. Okay, they know each other. You can see Seth speaking in code. And the thing that people don't know is when Seth was speaking with that dispatch, they could have been right in the same room. Okay, I've worked in dispatches. They could have been right there, and he could have been telling her right there, like, look, because he said, just transfer me over to the kid. That should have been a recorded call right there. The transfer over to the kid. But you notice they have the dispatch recording. They don't have a recording of the grandfather calling. Somebody would have been arrested there if you called personally there, because you have the kid stating it on the dispatcher's line. You have everything that was not supposed to be said. It was said by mistake. They were trying to make an alibi, but there were people talking in the background. It was an organic mistake, and we have it. But as you see, after they seen their organic mistake come out, Queen, they immediately tried everything to detour you from looking at that. That's why till this day, nobody on the news, all of the fancy news struck, nobody has asked for the recording of Jerry Atkinson and the captain, and nobody has asked for the captain speaking to Wyatt when he asked to be transferred over to the kid. Nobody wants to even hear it, because they know they will find out what happened right there. And the money that the people are asked, the friends and stuff that are basically involved in this murder, they're asking, they created a money drive, because that's going to pay off the people to shut up without them using their money. Okay. Any money that they receive from around America to support their efforts, that's to pay the people to shut up, especially the girls that were on the boat. Okay. That's people donating money that they can simply give out. Because if anybody gives up CETO, I guarantee you. And I told somebody about 2 days ago, I was trying to express this, but as you see, I didn't even know how to click on your link, but I had to. You are the first person I've ever been able to speak to in this capacity. And I'm glad everybody is listening, because watch how everybody around the nation, nobody is going to mention CETO. Didn't they? They asked for CETO, and did you see how he didn't, Wyatt on the phone wasn't alert to nothing, but I guarantee you this. And when we all look back, soon as she said, do you want Coast Guard to come? He was alert, wasn't he?
Right.
No, not them. No, not Coast Guard.
Right.
Definitely not Coast Guard. Yeah. And when they said that, that's why the grandfather knew you cannot dump that body over the boat right now. Coast Guard is going to find it. Right now, you still have about 3-4 hours till the sun drops. Somebody's gonna see this body, and he's dead already. Smart. These are elders helping him. He's dead already. You can't dump him. Somebody's gonna see it. Now, if you bring the body into CETO, we can hide it, because it is going to be a search. And they made sure to call the Coast Guard at night when you can't do a search.
Right.
You can't even do a search at that time. And what did they know? CETO watched the whole search go on the 5th. No CETO boat came out to search.
Oh, this is so juicy.
No CETO boat came out to search. But yet, Nolan's father came out early morning. He rode over the whole northwestern tip. Said it. He said that. They did not see anything. They had rangers on land. They had 5 agencies searching air, land, and water. It is not a big area to cover. If Nolan drowned on the 4th in that area, his body would have washed up anywhere in that vicinity. It could have washed up in open ocean, but it would have been in that area. There is no way that a body, and I live in Sacramento near all the rivers, we have drownings, multiple drownings. Bodies wash up way away from the part where they drown. His body happened to wash up the very next day, not on the 4th, not on the 5th when everybody searched, but the very next day, the longitude, latitude that was only given to who? Cito. The body washes up right on the exact point. And a land ranger finds it. Not air, not sheriffs, a land ranger finds it. Everything that's in connection with small county towns where we can do stuff in-house, these are the only people who saw it first. Every entity that can start a criminal investigation did not